Principles of Mamas Forum, I would like to introduce a little bit first what these principles are. It's an approach to motherhood, to taking care of our children, being the children the future of the world, and the importance that we have in creating for them a safe environment, and an environment that is compassionate, at the same time effective, for giving them the focus to know how to put their energies in their actions, in developing their skills, and also learning to know themselves, to respect their own energy and to respect the energy of the parents. At the same time, compassionate and loving, a very kind approach from the parents is very hard at this time because of so much stress happening in the world, and also because our maybe personal relationships with our own parents have been a little bit different, not necessarily based on love and kindness and compassion. So when we deal with our children, often there are these aspects of ourselves that come up, and it's just harder to distinguish from where we are coming from and what we have in front of ourselves. Often children have the ability and sometimes a gift to face us with everything that we carry inside, so that we can take a look and take care of the feelings that we are either reacting to or suppressing. What I want to focus today specifically is the ability to communicate, not necessarily verbally, but knowing that when we communicate with our children and sometimes in our partnership, it's very important that we have a non-verbal communication. And it's a communication that comes from a vibration that we release from our heart, a vibration we release from our thoughts, and how that delicate approach and profound approach, it can be very powerful because operates on the subtle bodies. And the subtle bodies are the frequency of creation, of it's the causal body. So what causes our reality is created in our causal body. So one thing that I truly believe in is that sound is tool of vibrational communication from the universe, that it's non-verbal. And really, our brain is wired to understand sound, to understand the frequency that we are taking it to the next level. And when we use sound to ourselves to penetrate our own mind and go beyond the mind, and go even beyond the feelings, and go into that space of being, then in that space of being we can feel that there are opportunities that the mind doesn't see sometimes. There are pains that the mind has forgotten and that keep us in a reactionary mode. So what I want to do today, I want to dedicate today's sound meditation and allow the light language that comes through sound to bring elements of communication on the subtle bodies. And we can tune in into something specific if you want, something you want to communicate to your children, something you communicate to your inner child, and just do it with the sound. So it can be something within you for yourself to feel in a better position to handle your children or your relationships. And it can be also if you have somebody in mind that right now it's harder to communicate to really send the sound to touch on a causal level, touch on a heart level, to open that space of understanding and communion. It's said that sometimes we find ourselves screaming out of anger. It's the screaming. It's there because the heart is closed. So even if we have the person in front of ourselves, but we feel that we are not being heard. So the screaming is because we perceive the person very, very far, and it's far because the heart is closed. So the sound helps us bridge that distance, because helps us open our heart and not feel the frustration, the pain of not being heard, and also open the heart of the person that is maybe defensive and is not hearing it because he's afraid to be hurt. So going back to the children often mirror us with everything we carry inside. So if the children are magnifying this problem in your life, it's because it's something that you need to master within yourself and in your relationship with your children. Also consider the fact that if you are by any chance passing on principles and passing on attitudes and ideals and belief system that just comes straight from the lineage, from whatever you were passed on, and maybe you were passed on without awareness, most surely. And so now it's time for you to have that awareness and decide what you pass on. So this is one of the pillar of the Principles of Mama's Forum, this course that really opens the possibility to look at the shadows that really keep families in pain, and infuse the shadows with the gift of the spirit, with the gift of the insights, of the awareness, of the energy of the Bailey that is divine, that gives life, while the shadows take away the life from the children and from parents. And families become this sometimes unbearable space to function. Okay, so I'm gonna start to connect to the first sound healing song, and see if it is a moment of which dialogue, which space is opening for you. So as we dedicate this space, this energetic womb to our children, we need to know and understand that as mothers and parents, we hold this womb all the time for our children. And if we don't do, it's very important to learn how to do it. So as we hold this sacred space for our children open, we very well know if it is a situation that's stressful, an argument, or children are not listening, so we lose our cool, and instead of being kind, we start to really be in reaction. And then afterwards, we don't feel good about it. So when this happens, we understand as the feminine that there is a womb space that we can go back in and fill it with love and compassion and forgiveness for both parts, and really disintegrate that frequency, that energy. Because if we don't do it, it really stays, and it stays for a long time. And even if it's forgotten, it's very irrelevant, because it will create a series of reaction and suppression that will feed this moment as a shadow, and it will become part of a shadow of the personality of the child. And the energy that we carry as matters of guilt for just creating a broken heart situation, allowing it to happen to us, allowing it to happen to our children. So the principles of the Mamas Forum, this course that I've been teaching for a few years now, is to really teach mothers, remind mothers that there is an eternal time in the frequency of motherhood. And because of that, we can always go back as long as we want. When something comes alive in our memories, in our feelings, means that the frequency of the energy of the experience is still alive and rolling and stealing love, stealing life from our family. So we can go back in that space and really fill up that energetical womb with so much love and so much forgiveness and understanding. We can do even more. We can just resolve it. And in this space of a higher frequency, we can find a different solution. And we can put into action, into movement, a solution that is the highest for all involved. So the first songs were to start this nonverbal communication with our children and our partners if it is something that it's obstructed and not flowing. And the next one is to take in this sacred womb created by the sound and by our spirit of mothers and parents to really heal where everything it is in the past and restructuring it into a frequency that goes in a direction that we want, that we are asking to go. breathe in and just feel the vibration of the sound coming through you and touching any deep space that you would like to touch right now. Okay, so I'd like to finish with last song, and the song of gratitude to you and to the divine matter energy that surround our children and our mothers, and a gratitude for this frequency of life that comes through women, through the womb, and for it to be always blessed, always connected to the highest frequencies. And with this song, I would like to close today's meditation and really feel the gratitude for our Bailey, for the energy, the cosmic energy that comes through our mother's Bailey, and how much this energy keeps going towards our children, no matter how old or how young they are, and how important it is that we know how to honor it, how to manage it, how to refill it, to fulfill it, to make it sacred. And everything that we say, everything that we think, and everything that we feel is a reflection of what we release from the womb, what do we give back to the womb. So please feel free to go to my website, donatellamortisanti.com, and look under events, Mama's Forum course, and just write me for any questions. Soon we're going to start the second part of the course, which is aware parenting. The information will come out, probably will start towards the end of the year. So I hope you enjoyed today, and go back to this meditation as many times as you want to tune into the sacred energy of the sound, to feel your heart, to balance yourself, and to go back in spaces that you want to rebalance. And talk to you next week, Thursday at 1:30 for another Mama's Forum podcast. Thank you.